Well, hello. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're all right. So, what are we going to be talking about today? Well, yeah, we're going to be talking about the live-action Gundam movie coming to Netflix, courtesy of Legendary. Weird turn of events. Never thought this was going to happen. Ever, in fact. I see a few people in the chat saying, I've never watched Gundam, etc., etc. I think you guys are going to love this. If they pull it off anyway. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. This is the main topic of the live stream. You can join in the conversation at any point by using the super chat function. I will stop what I'm talking about, to the nearest sentence and read your comment out. And it's a great way to support the channel. I hope you're all right. I do these streams every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So, yeah. Someone said that there's a typo. There is. Commig to Netflix. Yeah, I get that there's a typo. Doesn't really matter, though. So this is about to be removed anyway. So there you go. Typo's gone. Miracle, isn't it? Amazing. I hope we're all right. Anyway, I hope you're all well and good. So this genuinely came like super left field for me. You may see some little Gundams down there. I really love building the Gundams. I'm not hugely familiar with the series. It's not something I love mechs, and I love the building of things. Like I've built a few of them. How many have I built? Like 1, 2, 3 or 4 of them. One took I think like 2 months to build. I'm a big fan, like genuinely big fan, and it is one of those things which is incredibly iconic. And this is from Legendary. I think this is really positive. So that's what we're going to dive into today anyway. This is what we're going to be taking a look at. So I hope you're all right. Let me get the article up. Here we go. There we go. Now, this is kind of compiled through it. Some people like this website, some people don't. Some people are like, oh, it's all right and blah, 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 blah. It's not really the point of what we're looking at it today. They've just compiled the information. So that's why we're looking at it. But Legendary live action Gundam film. Now, it's not only that, it is also Sunrise. And the director choice, I think, is a pretty good one as well. And it's good for a few reasons. So basically, Julia Alexander of IGN reported that Kong Skull Island director Jordan Vogt-Roberts is going to be helming the movie. And he also came out and did a tweet about it, right? So it is confirmed, like it's 100% confirmed. It's all there. A tweet cannot begin to express how excited I am by this. Now, Legendary, when I heard this news, I was like, well, what other studio could do this? Let me think about it. Like, would I want the likes of Warner Brothers specifically to handle this? No, definitely not. Would I want the likes of Disney to handle this? Fuck no, definitely not. Would I want Universal to handle this? No, God, no. Hell no. And then I'm thinking Legendary. Like, why would I want any of them doing it? Well, because they're very much Hollywood. Like, they are the Hollywood iconic, studios as is. And they're all riding that wave. Universal, not so much, but majority anyway, riding that wave of kowtowing to certain sort of activist groups out there. And Legendary doesn't do that. Now, not only does Legendary not do that, they don't insert nonsense agendas in a film that is not relevant to it. They also have the best CGI out of any of the studios to date. Now, it's not to say that that will be the level that they bring to Gundam, but I hope so. But Legendary have the best CGI. And a great reference point, and I've been using it, a great reference point is quite literally Godzilla versus Kong. The CGI is flawless. Like, it is absolutely flawless. Those creatures, I believe that Kong, 100-foot, whatever it is, giant monster ape, is more real than I do Henry Cavill's upper lip in Justice League. So when a studio can convince me that a giant monkey is more real than a man's upper lip, yeah, their CGI is really good. So Legendary is a great choice. Really, really good choice. Aaron dropped in, says, how are you doing today, Mr. H? If you were given an infinite budget for a movie, what would you want to make? Also, if you need a video editor, hit me up. Maybe. My videos don't require an awful lot of editing, to be fair. And I wouldn't be able to pay you because the channel is not particularly great. So probably not, sadly. I'd love it if I could. That'd be epic. It'd be great to be able to do that. You know, actually release a video where you know it's going to earn money. That'd be fantastic. But alas, no. In terms of an infinite budget and for a movie, what would I want to make? A sci-fi movie? I've said it before, actually. A sci-fi horror movie in space would be really, really cool. I think that'd be great fun. Or like just a bootleg Hellraiser movie. That'd be cool. That'd be really good fun. Dead Man in Black. I think this came off the back of the how well received the RX-782 was in Ready Player One. Oh yeah. You got a really good point there, actually. So maybe they almost used that for the basis of Mechagodzilla as well, which we know they did, actually, because it was the same concept artist that did both designs. Yeah, no, I like that as an idea, to be fair. Yeah, I think you could be right to a certain degree. They would have obviously had the rights for a while, but I didn't know that they did. This is kind of came completely left field. Now, let's talk Jordan Vogt-Roberts. Is he a good choice? Is he a good choice as a director? Well, from Legendary's perspective, now this is not from a viewer's perspective, but from Legendary's perspective, he has handled one of Legendary's most profitable, highest grossing MonsterVerse movie. It is the highest grossing MonsterVerse movie. And the MonsterVerse movies are predominantly heavy CGI. So he's proven himself to be able to manage that. So again, just from a business perspective, Legendary's perspective, he can manage CGI. Now, whether, again, this is only from Legendary's perspective, that's what they're going to be looking at, I think. Yeah. Now, from our perspective, could it be good? Could it be bad? I don't hate him as a pick. Like, I'm not anything with this. Like, I don't hate it. I don't love it. With Jordan Vogt-Roberts as the pick, I'm just, let's see how it goes. Like, I'm indifferent. I actually don't have strong feelings either way. I can see it from the business side of things, to be fair. I can really see it from the business side of things. And I think that that's probably why they went to do it with Jordan Vogt-Roberts. Now, it continues further. The movie will also stream on Netflix globally, and Legendary will distribute the film in China because they are majority or at least stakeholder owned Chinese. Now, Netflix announced on Twitter, grab your mobile suits. Jordan Vogt-Roberts has been set to direct and produce Legendary's first ever live action feature film. Now, of Sunrise's Gundam for Netflix. Now, one of the key points there is that he's producing, which could be a good indicator, because normally when a director puts their own money into a project, there's the high chance that they believe, well, one, that's going to be profitable, which I can't see it's going to be profitable on Netflix. But it is also potentially more of a passion project level as well. Because as a producer, you 9 times out of 10, you put money involved to get stuff back. I can't imagine they'll get much back for this, if anything. Not in terms of profit. So it's interesting. I think that's an interesting part of it all. Now, this article continues further and says this live-action Gundam film has been in the works for quite some time. Most of these have. Like, Akira's been in the works for goddamn forever. Back in 2019, Variety reported that Brian K. Vaughan was writing the screenplay and would serve as an executive producer. Don't hate that either, actually. And we don't know if that is happening. Despite the announcement that Vaughan was penning the script back in 2019, no details about what the movie will actually be about have been revealed. So we have no further development from Brian K. Vaughan being on board as penning stuff. One shot's dropped in here. It says Christopher Nolan Bond film or a sci-fi alien movie are the two things I would love to see him do. Your thoughts? Oh, so about Christopher Nolan specifically. I think Christopher Nolan could be really good with a Bond film. I mean, Tenet, he can direct sort of class and pizzazz from actors. A sci-fi alien movie? Nah, I wouldn't want Christopher Nolan to do that. He hasn't proven himself to really work with that unrealistic an approach, sort of creatures and things like that. But a Bond film, I think it'd be great, like actually amazing. I'm cautiously optimistic. This is from Mags about this live-action Gundam, but I'm eager to see or hear more news in the next couple of months. I grew up with Gundam Wing. I don't know if we will get any news on this for a little while now. I can't imagine we will. This is a pretty big announcement that he's going to be directing, because he's on board as a producer, it seems to be locked in. It's not likely he's going to walk due to creative differences. Let's put it that way. So yeah, well, we'll see how it goes. Really, cautiously optimistic is a good approach, I think. GenoX 1987 says, "Did you ever hear about the proposed Evangelion movie that Peter Jackson and Spielberg wanted to collab on from the 2000s era? Got too expensive." I never heard of that. What on earth is that? Honestly, never, ever heard of that. So, moving on. This is just a brief backstory to it. Some people will know about Gundam, some people won't. So I will cover this just to give some people a little bit of backstory. But I don't know, maybe you probably wouldn't have even clicked on the video if you're not interested in Gundam. I don't know. But Mobile Suit Gundam is an anime that was created back in 1979 by Yoshiyuko Yomino. The anime would really take off following the introduction of Gundam action figures. I have my own. You can't see them. They're amazing. The action figures are epic. You build them. In fact, the original series would be re-edited and released into 3 separate movies. The original story would take place in the Universal Century and told the story of the 1-year war between the Principality of Zeon and the Earth Federation. When the show begins, the Principality of Zeon has the upper hand due to their advanced mobile suits. They're given them an extreme tactical advantage over the Earth Federation. However, the Earth Federation has secretly been developing their own mobile suit, the legendary RX-78 Gundam. A bit of a backstory. There's a lot you could do with this. So much you could do with this. One shot drops in and says for $4.99. I'm also optimistic on this live action movie, but it really seems Netflix is trying to step up their game in terms of quality recently. We'll see. I would have been on board with you there, mate, but I just watched Thunder Force and that film's fucking terrible. I was going to do a stream reviewing that, but then I saw this and I was like, this is much better news, happier news. Let's talk about this for a Monday and I'll save my review for tomorrow. Like I would have agreed with you about Netflix trying to step up their game in terms of quality, but Thunder Force was fucking atrocious. Oh my God, was it bad? Ugh. So bad. Dead Man in Black. Anyone seen the B movie? G Savior Gundam movie. Some sweet PS2 CGI in it. The original is on Funimation, along with the Gundam Origins prequel. I've not seen that actually. But there you go, ladies and gents. You're being recommended a good Gundam movie with some PS2 CGI. So as Zeon forces attack the Earth Federation base, young Amuro Ray discovers the RX-78 Gundam and becomes its pilot, leading Earth Federation forces in beating back Zeon. So, like, I'm trying to compare. I'm trying to look at this from perspective of the director involved. I don't think this. I think it's still a pretty good pick, but do you think maybe it's a bit too big in scale for Netflix? I think that's where potentially it's going to come into it. It's very, very big scale. for Netflix, and I think that might be where it falls apart. Muro Ray confronts the formidable Zeon Lieutenant Commander Cha, and throughout the series, blah blah blah. However, Cha has his own agenda as he seeks to use the war to eliminate Zeon's ruling Zabi family. So war, essentially. But the design's very iconic. It's very unique. This could be huge. This could be absolutely massive. But will it be? But will it be? Now, this actually isn't the only live-action Gundam project that's in development. Back in February of 2020, Sunrise announced that they were working on a Gundam live-action series based on the Gundam Build anime series. The Gundam Build anime franchise first launched in 2013 with Gundam Build Fighters. The series was directed by Kenji Nagasaki and written by Yosuke Kuroda. I'm butchering these goddamn names. The story follows the success of the Mobile Suit Gundam series, which results in a toy craze for Gundam model kits in Gunpla. With the craze in full swing, special tournaments called Gunpla tournaments take place around the world. Blah, 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 blah. I think, is this too big for Netflix? This is what I ask you guys. Is this too big for Netflix? I'm trying to think what was the other big stuff that they've done. What big scale have they done? Seriously, what big things have they done? I don't think they've done anything that big. Which I think is the I don't know. I think that's where it falls. I think that's where it falls down. Now, Jordan Vogt-Roberts, let's have a look. So, he's doing the Metal Gear Solid movie. And nothing much else, really. Literally, nothing much else at all. Yeah, I don't know. I think the Kong Skull Island is a good gauge on what you can do with CG and directing CG. Directing CG is not easy. So I think that's positive. There's some really good there is, although ripped off from other movies, there are some very good framing of some kind of war shots in that movie as well. So Jordan Vogt-Roberts could be the weak link, but I actually think predominantly it's going to be Netflix. I think it'll be Netflix that is the weaker link here. Now, Olaf says that they did Stranger Things. It's not. I don't think that's as big in scale as Gundam. Like, Gundam is huge in scale. I don't know. Marshmallow says, even in the stage and everyone, Patreon Skype Hangout was decent. A little morbid, but nice to catch up with the Patreon supporters. And thank you, Mr. H, for providing a consistent source of escapism. Well, thank you so much. Appreciate that. Dude, I'm glad you joined and enjoyed it. Henry Ford says The Irishman. Now, didn't they just buy The Irishman? Wasn't The Irishman sold to them? I can't remember if that was their production. Because this is the thing. This is a Netflix production by the looks of it. The Irishman. Let me have a look. I don't think they were. Was it them? Did they actually do it or not? No, Tribeca Productions. So The Irishman was made by production studio was Tribeca. So it wasn't Netflix. I believe Netflix just bought it, if I remember rightly. Where is it? Financing and budget. So Mexican production company, Fabrica, they offered $100 million to finance the film. And through that deal, Paramount Pictures would retain domestic rights. I'm Global was also circling to bid. STX Entertainment, Universal, Fox, Lionsgate. But then it came down to... Yeah, that was a whole mess, to be perfectly honest. Yeah, so that's not them specifically. So it looks like they just picked up the rights, which is not bad. But again, we're talking about big scale, aren't we? Netflix might just distribute while Legendary pay for it all. So that's the other thing. Yeah, like you are right there. If Legendary are the ones that are going to be paying for it all, but then how are they going to... this is the thing. How Netflix is going to have to cough up a lot of money for that. You've got a really good point there, Firefly, is that, yeah, Netflix might just be the distributors, which is highly likely. But when I'm looking at it, I'm thinking, well, what's in it for Legendary not to bring it to theatres when they've had good success with a lot of their CGI heavy movies? And then I think, well, Legendary, will they make it as big in scale as that then, if they're selling it directly to Netflix to distribute? Oh, I don't know. Tricky. Yeah, Gundam has several different series. It's not only the scale of the story, but also the scope of the world building. Yes. Gundam has multiple universes. They can easily do an original story without connection to any series. An adaptation is the last thing I want to see. Yeah, no, I agree. Well, we know what this one is actually based on. That's the thing. So this particular one, yeah. I mean, it's... Yeah. Let me scroll back up. So what do you think? Good or bad? Good or bad? Someone asked if I've entered the chunk zone. What the fuck is that? As long as they have good CG, Netflix can do this. Prefer this to be a 12 to 24 episode series, though. They can do 3 movies like Sunrise did as compilations. Yeah, well, so I think we already know that Netflix are just the distributors, but I'm trying to work out what's in it for Legendary to distribute via Netflix rather than take it to a theater. Legendary is great. Like, Legendary is really, really good. Olaf is here saying Legendary did Pacific Rim 1 and 2, and they did. And they're really good with what they do, minus Pacific Rim 2. But it's just the fact, like, Netflix, unless Netflix is just coughing up loads of money and Legendary were like, yeah, sure, whatever, why not? I don't know. Old Ben Kenobi, robot job. Good. We've got a recommendation here from Firefly Mark 1. Check out the Gundam side stories, aka War in the Pocket. Yep. Suggestion to everyone there. Theaters are closed right now, but this is something which will not be released now. This will be released in probably 2022, and by that time they'll be open. And that's the thing. You got to think to yourself, like, what is it that they're looking? I think Netflix are just trying to. I think maybe it's Netflix trying to compete with Disney Plus now more and more. Finbar White says, "Hey, Mr. H, how's life? Is the squeaky chair been oiled yet? Can Netflix be overspending on movies, etc.?" The squeaky chair has not been oiled. Come on now, behave. It would not have been oiled. Yeah, at all. I'll get there one day. I will get there one day. But yeah, life's so. And Netflix overspending on movies, it does seem that way. It does actually seem that way. I'm really baffled by... I can't see them earning their money back from this one. I just can't. Side note, ladies and gents, Finbar White, you asked, how's life? Life is actually good. I have been really, really hard at work on my second channel, stockpiling videos. None of them are released yet, but there's going to be 3 a week. That's the aim. My second channel is a car channel with like vlogs and stuff thrown in there. So if you want to hit subscribe to that, ladies and gents, I've just chucked it in the chat. Some people may not be into cars, but it's not... Things are talked through in a way that, you know, if you don't know anything about cars, because I don't, you know, I'm not a mechanic. I just piss about cars because I like cars. But if you want to check it out, please do hit subscribe, because I am actually going to be running that channel properly now. Like I said, it's literally stockpiling videos. Done 2 already. One's like 20 minutes long. Loads and loads of footage thrown in there. And then there's another one which will be like, I think another like, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes long, just because they naturally are, like, due to what you do. And then we're doing another one tomorrow. This is a channel I run with my neighbor, my friend Nick. Just a car channel. We just work on cars, basically, because I'm a big car nerd, if you didn't know. So that's what I've been doing, basically. That's how life is. I've got a brand new project car, which I've started to tear into now, which I think a lot of people will be really interested in, I think. A lot of people are saying I need to review Thunder Force. I've watched it already. I was going to do this stream as a review of Thunder Force. I wanted something positive to like get that out of my face. I hated it so much. Garbage. Absolute garbage. Hated that movie. It's not. I tell you what. Just as a quick recap on that film, there is nothing funny about it. So Melissa McCarthy plays a fat chick again. And what I mean by that, and this is not meant to be offensive to anyone that's overweight, because like I don't care if you're overweight. I couldn't give a fuck. But she just plays a fat chick, and it's I'm a fat chick shtick. That's all it is. And it's just not funny. Like, there's a scene of them getting inside a Lamborghini and they're struggling, and I'm like, is this actually is somewhere someone across the world is laughing at this, and I'm like, it's not funny. Like, I genuinely didn't laugh at anything in this movie. Anything. I don't get it. But she must have a following. She does. She clearly makes films. Clearly people love her, and I just don't get it. Like, she's not funny. But clearly the fat shtick is doing well for her. Erin said 370Z versus 5 litre 5.0. Are you talking about a Mustang? Both stock. Which one wins? What? I don't know what you're talking about there, dude. But yeah, anyway, ladies and gents, like I said, if you want to subscribe to my second channel, it's a car-based channel. It's called Car Nonsense. I run it. A lot of the videos on there, I'm just by myself, but Nick is like, no, I 100% want to keep doing it with you now. Like, we are absolutely doing it together. And all the videos which are being stockpiled, which will actually start being released next week. Yeah, it should be next week they'll start being released. Yeah, like, he's in every single one, basically. And there's some interesting topics. There's like, is carbon fiber worth it on a car? Spoiler alert, no, it's really not. You pay a massive carbon fiber tax for car parts, and they're not. It looks nice, but they're trash. And you buy them because they look nice, but they don't stay looking nice. And I've got the parts that actually show you that they deteriorate just in the sun. Like, it's garbage. Anyway, whatever. I digress. But subscribe. Like, you guys might enjoy it, and I'd appreciate it if you do. But let's get back to the main topic, because I've just rambled a bunch of shites and gone way off topic, haven't I? Look, what do you guys think? Mobile Suit Gundam, because I think it's yeah. I think there's potential there. I'm still baffled by Legendary not choosing to release in theaters, although they're releasing it predominantly. That they will be releasing it in China anyway, so maybe that's where they think that they'll get the bulk of their money. I guess. I don't know. Yeah. Thunder Force is truly a psychological horror. It's awful. It's absolutely. It's bad. Real bad. Mace Windu, hey Mr. H, how you doing? Yeah, I'm not too bad. My back's pretty painful, to be fair. Don't know how long I'm going to stay today. I have a 1990 Nissan 300ZX Black. Nice. Very, very nice. They're rad cars, man. You need to watch the old Gundam films and shows. You're going to love them. Yes. Proto Z looks pretty baller. I love the look of the Proto Z. Like, I've really turned on that. Like, I think it's great. Some Viking money for the cause. Thank you, dude. I don't even know what that is. To be fair. Thank you, though. I did message you. I said, don't rush. Just do your stream, my dude. Finbar White says, Thunder Force for Raspberry Awards. I watched American Werewolf in London last night. Took me back. Still good. It's fantastic, isn't it? Carbon fiber was the biggest lie sold to car enthusiasts. So there is some good stuff about carbon fiber, and there's some horrendous stuff about carbon fiber. The glossy carbon fiber is really actually quite weak and not very strong. Dry carbon fiber is very, very strong. It's dependent what they put on it, basically. So the glossy carbon fiber has got it's like an epoxy and then just a gel coat over it. It's not very strong. It's all for the looks. And the epoxy layer and the gel coat, I'm spoiling the video that I'm going to do on my car channel, but the epoxy layer and the gel coat, like, it's not UV resistant. So unless you're going to keep the car out of the sun, which who does that? Like, especially in the UK, no one does, because we don't have garages in the UK. We just don't have the space for it. It just deteriorates and it goes all hazy and it just looks like dog shit. And you're just paying this massive price for this piece of crap. It's garbage. Anyway, Gino X 1987 says, what would you think of an Event Horizon sequel made for Netflix? Amazon are making a series, or they were making a series. We heard something about it, but we haven't heard anything else. But they were making an Event Horizon series for Netflix. That is what they were doing. But then it's not moved anywhere. Like, there's nothing else going on. So I think that's a great idea. I think it's awesome. But it wasn't ever stated that it would be a sequel. We didn't know exactly in what sort of form it would come in either. And I do think it's going to be one of those, I'm getting hot. It's going to be one of those like sort of projects that falls by the wayside because of, well, they'll use COVID as the reasoning. But I'm not overly sure if that is going to be the case, because the thing is that Amazon were pretty hot on just saying, nah, the what was it, the Black Tower or the Dark Tower? We've cancelled that. It was garbage. We didn't like the pilot. So they've announced it, but they've not said anything's moving forward. But they've also not said it's cancelled. And Amazon are pretty happy just to announce stuff that they've cancelled. So I don't know, really. I don't know. I just can't see them compacting the original 1 year war without missing out key bits such as the colony drop, PTSD, Amuro's evolution as pilot, new type, Char's story. It needs a limited series. Yeah. I see what you're saying. I just don't know. I don't know where they're going to go with it, really. I'm not overly... The thing is, we also have a reference point, right? This is the other thing that's really important, right? So we have a reference point for how long Legendary's movies like to be, right? So, just for argument's sake, Godzilla 2014, right? The runtime, 2 hours, 3 minutes, right? And that's important. These things are actually important. So, Skull Island runtime, 2 hours, right? You're seeing a pattern here. And these are, again, really important. Godzilla King of the Monsters, 2 hours, 12 minutes. Godzilla vs. Kong, I think, was under 2 hours, if I remember rightly. 1 hour, 53 minutes. Now, that's just the MonsterVerse movies, but let's look at Pacific Rim. 2 hours, 12 minutes. Pacific Rim Uprising. 1 hour, 50 minutes. So, your concern there, Dead Man in Black, I think is actually quite warranted and quite apt. because we know from Legendary's quite a long history just there that I've listed, dating way back to 2014. They like to keep their movies around 2 hours. I don't think that they'll be able to fit everything in that you would want as a fan, and I think that that's part of it. I think people will have to accept that a large portion of this will not be in it, or maybe changed, which sucks, to be fair. Old Ben Kenobi says, I watched Gundam Wing Zero as a kid and have maybe 12 of the model kits built. It's the best merchandising bar Disney. Those models are epic. I love those models. They're so intricate. They're so awesome. I encourage anyone to buy one of the model kits and just try and build it. They're so good. They're such good fun. I bought one at the start of lockdown. It took me 2 months to build it. I absolutely love them. I really do love them. They're such good fun. The legend of legendary rings true. Yeah, 2 hours is not enough time. No, it's not. But then the other part of it, the other part is that it's going to be for Netflix. So could it be 2.5 hours? An extra half an hour. Narratively, you could do a lot with that. It's still not going to be enough. I still don't think it'll please everyone. Yeah, I don't know. Ow. God damn. I got some skin ripped off my elbow the other day, so it hurts to put my get master grade Gundam Mr. H. I do actually. I think this one is a master grade. Look, I shall show you, ladies and gents. So we're talking about Gundam. I will actually grab one of my Gundams to show you, because I think those people that don't have them or have never built them, I think you guys will actually appreciate what they look like and sort of how good they are. Anyway. So I think this was a master grade, if I remember rightly. It's actually on my Instagram. Bloody love these things. They're so cool. So cool. Fucking comments about my goddamn legs. I'm pretty certain this is a master grade, if I remember rightly. But I encourage anyone to try and build them. They're good fun. Like they're sort of all open up like missile casings and stuff. I love it. I think they're awesome. Pretty certain that is a master grade. Took me ages to build that one, but I was building it really slowly. Yeah, so that was the heavy arms one. Yeah, it's awesome. It's absolutely awesome. Love it. Super cool. So I think Legendary is a good pick from their continued CGI. I think I've got some pictures of their CGI stuff on here. No, I don't actually. God damn it. Their CGI is amazing. Like Legendary have nailed CGI stuff. You cannot beat their CGI stuff has been impeccable. Time and time again, it has been absolutely impeccable. I'm just scrolling down just to give you guys an example of it. I should have loads technically because I've loads of screenshots for Godzilla versus Kong. But yeah, their CGI's always been amazing, dating way back when. It's always. I think this was a good one. Is this a good one? This might be a really crap example now. That's a crap example, isn't it? That was a low res one. Their CGI is a winner. There is not a studio that there's not a studio that I think beats them on the CGI stuff at the moment. They're just not. Are you still talking about my legs? My God, I've been trying to look at pictures of stuff. Hold on one second. Am I living inside an MI6, an M6 undercover house? No, definitely not. Sorry. If they do TV series and make each one about 1 hour and a half, covering the first start of the series, and then think that's a normal grade, Masters bigger, and I think that's a normal grade. Oh no, you are right. Yeah, probably. Have you seen Wing Zero and It Metal? I think there's some communication error there. I put my hands up, and I've said this many times. Actually, my familiarity with Gundam is not much. I really just like building them. So I'm coming at this from like a sort of a very like a peripheral standpoint. Someone who just likes to build them. I think they're really good fun. Love building them. I always liked the iconic design. Think they're rad as hell. But never managed to. I don't know why. Just never got round to watching it. So for me, this is exciting because I'm the other part of the fan base. I'm just the building part of the fan base. So this will be interesting, I think. Oh, Ben Kenobi, how woke will it be, though? All female pilots. Legendary don't tend to do that. And this is the other part of it, right? Could this go woke? Could this be in that vein? No, I actually don't think it would be at all. Because, one, Legendary don't tend to do that. Secondly, Legendary is selling this to Netflix, but then they're distributing it in China. China don't like any of that stuff. So I don't think it will be. It can't be. I don't think it can be. I think that's an impossibility, to be fair. They won't get it past them in China. You like my shoes, fancy. They're actually just black boots. They're not even that good. I'm going to put this back now. So you can all marvel at my legs again. Oh, right. You should talk to Robert Meyer Burnett about his Gundams. He's a difficult man to track down, actually. So loads of people are always like, talk to them. And it's like, can't ever fucking track them down. Can't ever get them on. So it's, again, an impossibility, to be fair. I like him. He's a good dude. But yeah, pretty impossible. I thought this was a serious comment then. Like, hang on, Mr. H. They're CGI legs. Yes, they are. Absolutely. I genuinely thought that was. You may know someone who knows him pretty well, actually. Mr. H reviews. What do you mean? I've spoken to Robert Meyer Burnett. It's timing. He's always busy. He never fucking replies to messages to go on live stream, so I can't have a stream with him. This is the problem with America versus the UK time zones. So to me, I mean, this is now what, almost 10 o'clock. It's, and I stream normally up until like 11, sometimes 12. But that's quite early for stateside. So he's never free when I am. So I'm never going to hassle people to come on and do a chit chat, to be fair. It's no point. It's fine. So anyway, thoughts and feelings on Netflix Gundam. To me, just to round out my thoughts, because obviously we're sort of going way off topic now, but to round out my personal thoughts, Legendary is a great pick, right? Like awesome pick as a studio. Very glad that they've got that. They nail their CGI. They're going to be selling it to China, so probably not going to go into that sort of agenda territory business either. Highly doubtful anyway. They've sold it direct to Netflix, which to me, now sort of processing it and thinking, well, they're selling it in China, distributing it in China. That's their key market. That's kind of what they're getting in there. I think that is actually quite good. Jordan Vogt-Roberts. whatever at this point in time. Like it's kind of a whatever. It's a nothing burger at this point. You know, neither good nor bad. Could be good, could be bad. He's proven himself to be able to work with CGI before Kong Skull Island. Outside of that, runtime, Legendary's runtime, they like it to be about 2 hours. Normally, there's typically tend to be theatrical releases, and normally, actually, the other key important factor here is when they're paired up with Warner Brothers as a distributor. Now they're partnering with Netflix as a distributor to put it to streaming, and then they're distributing it themselves in China. We could probably see them being a little bit longer than 2 hours. Maybe. This is kind of uncharted territory, so we don't really know. Yeah, but I think it could be good. I do have some hope. I do have some hope for it, to be fair. I've missed some super chats. Sorry. Old Ben Kenobi says Neon Genesis live action would be the end point. Yeah. You guys are still talking about my legs as well. Epic. Marshmallow, indifferent, neutral. Brilliant. Also, my question is, which Gundam are they adapting? The Gundam Wing, the Gundam Universal Century. There are many Gundam verses that don't connect. Yeah, so from what I could tell, so well, they say, yeah, I don't know. I honestly don't know. I'm looking at the images and stuff like that, trying to decipher exactly what type it is. I think it's just Mobile Suit Gundam. Let me have a look. I think it's the original. I don't know. Yeah, no, I fucking no idea. Your guess is as good as mine on this one. What's this? Despite the length, a positive. Hopefully, it will raise interest for future expansion of the story. Nice heavy arms Gundam. High new Gundam is my fave. So when I go to buy them, I'm like, how hard is this one to do? How long is it going to take me? How awesome does it look at the end? Because I've got one next to my Godzilla figure that's like, I don't know, it took all of like 10 minutes to make, but they're still fun to like look at and stuff. I do enjoy them. Hey, can I share my screen? I have done already. You're an hour into a stream, so we've covered the news specifically already. We're now just sort of talking, just randomly now about bits and pieces. So yeah. Donnie, I looked into the timelines. It's tough to follow. And this is why potentially they're going to this is going to be blasphemy to a lot of people. They may just wipe it and start fresh, i.e. just do their own sort of canon and use Gundam, the suits, as that kind of connective tissue to the fan base, which will piss a lot of people off, I think. I think that'll really annoy people, to be fair. But there is that potential. There actually is that potential. There are a few YouTubers you could check out. There's people that break down Gundam universes. Absolutely. But I like I said, I do think that they may end up doing their own kind of thing here. Eminye says, where is the Datsun? It's outside my house. So if you didn't know, guys, I have a second channel which I'm now actually promoting because fuck it, why not? I've got a second car channel basically where I've got some cars on there. My friend has his car on the channel as well. We stopped making videos for a really long time, but we're bringing them back now. We filmed 2 videos already. One's uploaded, ready to drop next week. We're going to be doing 3 videos a week, hopefully, and we're going to really just push the channel back properly now. So hit subscribe to that channel. head on over there if you like cars. I got a brand new project car because the Datsun's not really a project. Because the next phase of the Datsun truck is like it's not stuff I can do. I'm just shipping it off. But the other project is a really like it's a big rebuild, like literally putting drive shafts in and prop shafts and dismantling the engine and things like that. Because I can do stuff like that. That's not that hard. So hit subscribe if you want. And that project car, that rebuild car, is a Nissan Pulsar GTIR. So if you're interested in really weird retro Japanese special rally cars, hit subscribe. The Gundam near the end of Ready Player One was a pretty big deal, right? Yeah, it was pretty big. But Ready Player One did a lot of awesome things for a lot of fandoms, I think. I think a lot of people were really happy to see Mechagodzilla in there as well. But you are right, like it was a pretty big deal. And I think people were really surprised that they managed to get it in there as well, like getting the rights to show it and stuff like that. How am I? How is Jasper? Jasper's good, actually. He's on the stairs. He is on the stairs. He's literally just on the stairs. He ran off today. What a legend. My dog is such a legend. We went on a big doggo walk, went to a field, let him off. He was coming back because I'm teaching him recall. Side note, he's well behaved. He knows who the boss is, but recall's really bad, and it's bad for a reason because when he was a puppy, he snapped his leg. He couldn't get off the lead, so we couldn't do recall training. Then moved here, managed to get doing some of it, but then in the area we had Alabama rot and a bunch of dogs died, so then I couldn't let him off. This is just a long-winded nonsense story that you don't want to know. And then we had lockdown, and now I can let him off again. So now we're starting to teach him again. But basically, I let him off the lead, and he was with me. He was fine. He was coming back, had treats. It was all good. And then he just fucked off. Just ran off for like 3 miles, and I was like, "Oh, my dog's gone. Great." This is one of those moments that you just go, "What do I do?" Like, what do I do? Do I run? My dog's faster than me. Do I run after my dog? If I run after my dog, he might think it's a game, like it is. Yeah, so I didn't. I didn't run after him. I just waited and eventually came back, but I was not impressed. I was not impressed at all. God damn, my dog's a pain in the ass. But yeah, I love him. He's a dude. What's this? Henry Ford, Mr. H, behind the scenes of these movie companies and productions, how often do you think they clash about how much wokeness should be in a movie for an American market or no wokeness for a Chinese market? Quite a lot, actually, because there's only a certain amount of movies from Hollywood that can actually enter into Chinese as a market. And I would imagine they would probably lobby China before. So when they're at the sort of writing phase, so they would lobby them and say, "Oh, would this be all right?" And they'll go, "Yeah" or "No." Because I think there's only about 5 films a year or something. It's a tiny number of films from the Western world that are allowed to be shown in China every year. So I would imagine actually quite a lot, because it's a big deal for an American movie to be shown in China. And it sounds dumb. Like when you say it out loud, you're like, really? No, look into it. It's a huge deal. It's huge. Sorry, I just cracked my back. It's really painful. Thank God he's had the jab. Who? What? My doggo. Mr. H, what happened when I had a dog? I spent 2 hours in the woods. Yeah, exactly. It's just, honestly, what'd you do? I had to run down a greyhound once. Oh my God. Yeah, that's not fun. Why Chinese market? Gundam is a Japanese property. Yeah. But so's Godzilla. And that's done really well in China. It's 10 films. Okay. 10 films. That's still a tiny amount. Like if you think how many movies Hollywood typically releases in a year, that's still tiny. Really. What the fuck, man? That's still a tiny amount, but yeah, okay, good correction there, dude. Marshmallow, I've been there. It's a is he going to come back moment, and it's effing terrifying. Yeah, it is every single time. Such a nightmare. Hello, Miss H. Reviews late to the party today, but cheers from Poland. Have a great evening. I guess I missed a lot, but for sure we'll rewatch later on. Thank you so much for dropping by either way. Appreciate it. Dead Man in Black dropping on with the £5 super chat says, just a thanks for doing this one, Miss H. I know it's not the most popular, but I love the Gundam franchise, so it's nice to see some coverage. I love it from buying the models. Like, I love that. That keeps me sane. Like, it's one of those little things that I treat myself to every now and then, and I just switch off for like an hour, and I just fiddle around with it, just piss about. Oh, I need to get C7B or some whatever. I can't remember you know what I mean. And I cut it all up, and I piece it together, and I do it in stages, and I love that. And it's nice to see that it's getting it's nice to see that it's getting some traction, and I'm only a fan from that side of it. So for me to be a fan from that side, it must be nice for you to be an actual what I would say is an actual fan of the actual series, whereas I just love building them. I think they're really, really good fun. So yeah, no need to thank me. I don't just do this is the thing, like I talk about whatever I want to talk about. It's never just about what I think would attract viewership. Yeah. I just like to talk about what I like to talk about, really. I went through that with my cat. She came back a week later, limping. She doesn't go anymore. God damn. Yeah. Well, the thing is, like, Jasper needs exercise, and the field was empty. So I was like, well, I can just let him off. I didn't suspect he would run into another field and then just piss off. Stupid little dog. God. Bless him. I would never let anything actually happen to my dog. Like, I have... he's very expensive anyway, because I had to pay a lot of money for his broken leg, which I actually have some images of now. I found some old images. I think, if I remember rightly. Do I have any? I thought I did. Oh, here we go. God damn, my dog. He was so annoyed. This is when he snapped his leg. He was pissed. Oh, he was not a happy chappy. And then this is like straight after surgery. Awful. Love that little doggo. Straight after surgery, this is when he it was awful after his surgery. So after his surgery, the anesthetic that they have, and anyone who has had anything with dogs will know this, like surgeries with dogs or any animal actually. So went in for his surgery, and then they came out and they were warning me. They were like, he's eating a little bit, but you need to be really, really careful. So I had this dog, this little tiny little thing. It was only about it was tiny. It was like that big, minuscule. And he sat in my car. And I was like, oh, he's going to make a mess. And basically, I just laid with him, and he's just shitting everywhere. And I'm just having to clean up. It's like a baby. I'm just cleaning up my dog because he can't move, and he's anesthetic all over the place. He's just out of it. So you just cleaning up after this dog. He's like, woo! He's just making sure he's okay. Bless him. Oh, so funny. Mr. H had a Fenton moment chasing after Jasper. Yeah, pretty much. Big fan of this channel and Gundam. I still have all my action figures from the early 2000s. Hope the show will be successful, so that way maybe we can get a 1 year war kind of show. That's the thing. It is not a show, and that I think is the sad part of it. It's not a show. It's going to be a movie, and I think that they're going to restrict themselves. I think that part. That is the part that is the most negative. Not Legendary, not vogt-roberts, not being on Netflix. None of that. I actually think it's the fact that it's a movie. I think that's the most restrictive element. I think that's the not good bit. Man, I did a stupid joke regarding the dog having CGI legs, not knowing that he snapped his leg. Poor boy. I hope it will heal fully. So that happened ages ago, guys. His leg is absolutely fine now. That happened when he was a baby. He snapped and then twisted his leg. And a few £1,000 later, it was like $5,000, I think it was in the end. He's all good. Moral of the story: get fucking pet insurance, because it was expensive, and now that dog has cost me an awful lot of money. But I wouldn't have it any other way. But I don't even know how we got onto that topic, to be fair. What's this? Vincent Zombie, awesome avatar, good sir. Where's that? Where's the? I don't even know. I haven't seen that individual. Where is the Vincent? Oh yeah, there we go. Oh, that's a cool avatar. Yeah, I like that actually. Right, okay. Not sure if anybody's asked this, but what is your favorite MonsterVerse movie? So I like them for different reasons, actually. So 2014's Godzilla is a fantastic film, very realistic, has its problems for sure, but really like that film. I think it's awesome. Sets up a very realistic, ultra realistic, within the bounds of giant monsters, obviously, universe very, very well. But then I think from there, like, I think they've done very well to reach the Toho madness quite quickly. Maybe it's too quick, I don't know. But I was saying this on the Skype hangout with patrons. I was saying it to everyone there. I was like, I really like where they've gone. And I think, ultimately, if you weren't expecting them to go there, and I would have liked it if they kept realistic. I don't mind either way. But I think if you weren't expecting them to go that sort of sci-fi craziness, you haven't really been watching it, because like King of the Monsters, they were like, yeah, Ghidorah's an alien, like fuck it, he's just an alien from outer space, let's sod it, to hell with it, why not? And Toho's mental with what they do, and the Legendary's MonsterVerse, it had to go that way, had to. Now I don't necessarily agree that was absolutely the way to go. They could have done more realistic monsters and their own monsters and things, but I think it's bad. Have I upgraded my PC yet? I have and I haven't. Like you can actually see a bit of it here. So this is one of the RGB fans here in the front, and there's another one down there. There's two along the top. There's one at the back. I've half upgraded it. I've got a new processor, same RAM as before, same hard drives as before, but I've also got an NVMe card now as well, an NVMe SSD. Got a new motherboard, better cooling, better box. It's liquid cooled now. It's a liquid cooled processor as well. But I can't get a graphics card. So, yeah, can't really do anything yet. So I've partially upgraded it, basically. And it is just here. There's nothing really to show you yet, because when I get the graphics card, then I'll change the RAM out as well. So it's partially upgraded, partially. Yeah, so this is interesting. Sketch Therapy says, unless it's a cliffhanger, there's no way a movie can work. Gundam has legs. The series is good when it takes its time. Yeah, that movie element, that's the thing that lets it down. What do I think of Jupiter's Legacy trailer? I actually haven't watched it, and I haven't watched it because I want to go in fresh. I've been spoiling myself with other things too much, and I want to go in fresh with that. Yeah. Oh, does Space Pirate Captain Harlock from 2013 ring a bell? Such a good movie and animation. Yeah, I like that movie. Right at the end, they just swap out the captain, don't they? If I remember rightly, or something like that. People think that he's like this all-powerful being, but then they basically swap him out. I can't remember. I think that's how that one went. I really liked that. I thought it was good. If it's what I remember it being, anyway. Could be completely wrong, but I think so. Marshmallow. Mutos are my favorite, underrated as hell. Yeah, they absolutely are. Exeter says, H, more RAM is more power. I've got 32 gig of RAM, but it's only 300 megahertz, and you can get like 3,500 or something like that now. I can't remember. There's one up on the more powerful rating, basically. So that's what I was going to buy. swap that out with that one. It doesn't need to, but if you're upgrading to the most powerful graphics card, you might as well. That was kind of the thinking behind it. And I need to, like, those the car videos that I've been doing on my second channel take a lot of rendering time. Like they take hours sometimes. They're quite involved, quite pain in the ass. Oh, the picture is the album cover of The Sound of Perseverance by Death. Okay, I didn't know that. I actually didn't know that at all. Godzilla 2014 is so freaking different from neon sci-fi world of GVK. Yeah, it is. It absolutely is. But remember, Toho have aliens in their universe. They have aliens, so kind of expecting them to do that, to be fair. I saw the graphics card, got above. Need to win the lotto for one of them. Yeah, they're really expensive. The RTX 3090 is really expensive. It's ridiculous. Yeah. Too much money. Too much money. With all the radiators and heat pipes, is PC building starting to look a little like working on cars? Today's cars are so computerized too. So that was the funny thing. So there is literally, it's a water cooled. It's not water, but that's what they call it. It's like a water cooled. I've got a water cooler in there, and I was like, that just looks like an oil cooler for a car. I was like, God damn, like crazy, absolutely crazy. Old Ben Kenobi says, will also Gundam has to tackle the super weapon don't work now, so we now have to build huge robots with lightsabers. I love it. I think it's so cool. So cool. Yeah. I hope they do it well. I hope they do it justice, and I think that they will. Out of all the studios to do it, Legendary are the ones to do it right. I think. I genuinely think it. I think that they're the ones to do it right. Does Hong Kong exist in that universe anymore? Probably not. Probably not. Too much money because of scalpers. But honestly, 3070 or 3080 is just enough for the stuff. Well, we'll see. We'll see. I haven't decided what I'm getting yet. The idea was to get an RTX 3090 just to stay completely ahead of everything, because I don't care about computers. I don't like computers, even though this is what I do. I couldn't give a shit. I'm not interested. I don't even really like playing games that much. I play games for the channel and I enjoy that. But I don't play games for me in my spare time. I like it when I play a game for the channel. That's what I enjoy. But I wouldn't ever sit down and play a game. Like, I'm not interested in that. So yeah, we'll see. We will see. My Time 101. Peace out, my dude. Take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. Best job in the Monsterverse is a builder or architect. Job security for life. Yeah, you got a good point there. You've got a good point there. What is going on with my music? I've got music on in the background, but I can't even hear anything. Mr. H playing Fortnite. Never. I can hand on my heart actually tell you I've never, ever played Fortnite. I got no intention of it either. Not that there's anything wrong with it. Just not for me. But yeah, so like I said, ladies and gents, I do have a second channel that I will be uploading more things to. 3 times a week, actually. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday is the aim. Subscribe to it if you want. If you like cars and you like vlogs and stuff, please do hit subscribe to that. It is cars, vlogging with my friend, talking shit with my friend about cars and stuff like that. And we've got some interesting cars as well. Like, I know you don't come here to talk about cars. I get that. But I do have to do some self-promotion every now and then. Like, sorry. But he has a Nissan Skyline R32 GTR with an RB28 tuned by Endless in Japan. His car is a monster. It's like 700 plus horsepower. It's terrifying. There's a reaction video on there, first time being in it, and it's fucking terrifying. The whole car goes sideways twice. Like, it is scary stuff. So he's got that and he's looking to get another car because he's jealous of the fact that I've got a project car. He's a good car guy. Like, he likes cars. So he's looking to get either a Subaru or a 350Z. Because again, like, I had that Subaru before, and he really liked the Subaru, and we've worked on them, so we know how to work on Subarus. So it's good fun for us as well. So that's what he's got and is looking to get. And then I've obviously got my Nissan 370Z, which is my daily driver. I've got my Datsun pickup truck, the imported car from Thailand with the SR20 DET engine swapped into it. And then I've just picked up another project car, which is a complete rebuild, basically, because the engine's just like, I don't know anything about it. I need to piece the engine together, basically. But that's a Nissan Pulsar GTIR, which is a very, very rare little car. And yes, you do see my legs. You see all of me. Actually, I stand up. I'm actually in videos properly. So check it out. You might like it. Nicky, Skylines are so rare and rare find here. Yeah, so you're in Miami, aren't you, if I remember rightly? Yeah, the Skylines are even rare here in the UK. Like, they're not common at all. Old Japanese cars are becoming very, very, very rare across the world. So yeah. Yeah, tell him the Subaru. Well, so we got so many car stories that we're going to be doing as well. Like, he called up a Subaru guy today, and the guy, bearing in mind, like, we've all bought cars, right? Like, we've all bought secondhand stuff, and he called up this guy about this Subaru, and the guy was like, "Why do you want photos of the arches? Don't you believe me that there's no rust? Why do you want photos of the boot?" And it's like, well, because there's clearly rust, because you're not giving photos, you dickhead. Yeah, what kind of attitude is that, mate? You're trying to sell a car? What an idiot. Absolute idiot. It's just such nonsense. Never understood it. So that happened to him today. It was very funny. So funny. Roger H. Crap. I remembered I need to get my car inspected this month. Do you have to get cars inspected regularly in the UK? You do. In the UK, it's called the MOT. I actually don't even know what that stands for, to be honest. But yeah, in the UK, we have this thing called the MOT. It covers safety functions and emissions. So it's basically like the all-in-one. Like, I know, guys, in the States, you have emissions, and then you have like other stuff as well, like registration and stuff. So we have this all-in-one thing every single year. It has to pass emission standards. It has to pass legal limits of safety. So if it's got too much rust in certain areas, it will come up as like failed. If excessive leaks, no fluids, whatever, like just random bits of crap, lights, loads and loads of stuff, it will just come up as a fail. So yeah, like, we do have something very, very similar in the UK. Although now my Datsun truck, because it's 40 years old, which, if you haven't seen my Datsun truck, here is my Datsun truck. This is now MOT and tax exempt, so it never needs one again, which I'm really happy about, because I can't be bothered doing it with all of my cars. Are you enjoying being able to drive on clear roads? I didn't think they've not been that clear where I am. Or do you mean like snow and stuff? Because it's been busy where I live. Like, I live in the country, and I don't think no one's really followed the lockdown stuff where I live. I live about 40 minutes outside of Oxford, about an hour, 2 hours outside of London on the M4. So I live quite central to like quite a lot of places, but it's still the countryside. And yeah, it's, despite everything being closed, people are still milling around, which has been good, to be fair. Subaru engines are so weird. They are, but I've got a lot of respect for them, having worked on them. Yeah. They are odd, but I do have a lot of respect for them now. What is going on? What have people been saying? Sorry, I'm very confused. Tax exempt, nice. Yeah. So the truck being tax exempt is really, really good. I'm very happy about that. John Davies, member for 2 months. I thought it would be motorist O tax. I don't know what the O is. I like that dude. That's good. Oh dear, oh dear. What? We love you, Mr. H. You're a good lad. I appreciate that. Thank you. Mr. H sometimes speaks about his secret hideout. I know sometimes. You guys learn more and more about me on these streams. But if you want to know more about me and actually see me like being normal, I guess, semi-normal, like interacting with people and just having a laugh, like I am here actually, but in a different setting, subscribe to my second channel. You might like it. It's good fun. We talk about cars and we work on cars, and we will be going around to car meets as well this year, which will be good fun. Christopher says, are American muscle cars available in the UK? Yes and no, actually. We saw a Hennessy charged, Hennessy tuned Camaro the other day at a place called Podium Cafe, and that was awesome. It was cool. I'm not a massive fan of American muscle cars. Mainly, like old ones, I love. The new ones just don't do it for me, to be honest. Old Ben Kenobi says, hi, I'm from Yorkshire. It's like 28 days round here. What, dark? What do you mean 28? Oh, you mean empty? Oh, really? It's not been like that round here. It's not been like that round here at all. It's been weird. Like, it's been pretty busy still, to be fair. Hennessy Vipers here in Florida. Like, see, I don't hate them. I just don't care much for them. Have you driven an RX-8? I've not. They're actually really they're quite hard to find here in the UK. Also, as a side note, if there's anyone watching here from the UK that does have like a car, and you'd let me review it, let me know, because I'd love to review some cars. Like I'd love to just it could be anything really, just a quirky, weird little car that you've been building, or something a bit odd that you don't see very often. Just a car. It'd be cool. It'd be cool to meet up with some of you guys, review the car, and make a video for my second channel. So let me know. But yeah, RX-8s are they're not very common here. No, RX-8. No, I'm thinking of the RX-7. Sorry, RX-8s are very common here, but I've never driven one. I was contemplating buying one, but the Wankel engine is just garbage, basically. Thoughts on Supras? Love those cars. Original or new one? Mark 3, Mark 4. Yeah. I like the old ones. New ones, not so much yet. I need to see one in person properly. Mr. H, how often do you listen to Corky Buchek? I don't know who that is. Literally no idea. Who's that? Rotary is very expensive to maintain. Yeah. Walking to get my coffee, saw a 70-odd Corvette driving right up to a newer model Corvette. Was just a lot of seeing a visual like that. Yeah, I imagine. Christ, that's awesome. What's this? Nice message. Can't wait to see the upgrades. Just got a new transmission and turbos for my 95 3000 GT VR4. Japanese GTO building my Gundam. Awesome. I love the VR. The VR4s are cool, man. They're rad. Do you have you probably don't have pop-up headlights, do you actually? They're still cool. They got massive electrical issues, but they're still cool. I'd love one of them. But yeah. dear, dear. Right. What's this? Dang, this is making me miss my 96 Miata, even though the horn was broken. You could fix a horn quite easily. Quite easily, to be fair. Unfortunately, no pop-up headlights, getting some LED halos. Nice. Very, very nice. No, reminded that American companies realized how far they'd fallen design-wise, and many said, hey, let's go classic again. Yeah, I could see that. I could see that. Nissan Laurels are excellent cars for RB applications. Yes. Yeah, love an RB. Love an SR20 DET as well. I wanted to put a train horn on it. Useful here in Miami. Yeah, I bet. I've seen Miami traffic. God damn. Thoughts on the mid-engine Vet? I think they're awesome. I think they're really cool. Yeah, I think they're cool. Don't hate them at all. A lot of people are like, oh, they're going against, you know, what a Corvette's supposed to be, blah, blah, blah. I get that. But for me, I'm like, wow. You're getting a mid-engine sports car with like almost supercar-like looks. Very McLaren-esque. It's cool, man. I think they're rad. Well, I'm not in the UK and I don't have a cool car, but next time you're in the US, specifically Southern California, I'll let you review my mom's 2012 Toyota Corolla. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that, Mr. Ford. How do you feel about VIP cars? What's that? I don't know what that is. How many films of Godzilla have you watched from all 36 of them? God damn. I have no idea. You're asking a lot there, man. I a fair amount, but I have no idea specifically off the top of my head. The comic book shop down the road from me is also a classic car showroom, vegan restaurant, health food supermarket, and ice cream parlor. Weird ass business model, but a fun day out. That's brilliant. Love that. Love that. My favorite TV show. I don't have one at the moment, in fairness. Don't have one at all. Right, so we've gone way off topic, as always, because we were talking about Gundam getting a movie on Netflix. But yeah, we're gone way off topic now, just talking about cars. Did the new NSX was as good as the old NSX, or it's not? No, it's not. Well, it's different. It's a different beast, isn't it? And some of the arguments would be that the old NSX isn't even that good, you know, by comparatively now and things like that. Although, having said that, there's a really nice Type R NSX in a car cafe down the road from me now. That's stunning. In fact, we're gonna make a video on that because it's really, really cool. If it's still there, we're gonna go down and have a look. Because why not? Why not? Oh, John Davies has said only 3 weeks left to pre-order the Blu-ray of Blackfields. Yeah, if you want, check it out. Let me know if you've got it. If you haven't, don't worry about it. What's this? Going off topic is one of the best things about these streams. Yeah, they're just a laugh. Side note, everyone. I'm getting a haircut tomorrow. You'll be pleased. You'll be pleased. This is all going. Finally. I can't wait. And you'll need to follow me on Instagram for an update on it. Because I probably won't make any videos afterwards because I'll be busy in the evening. And I'm getting it cut at like 5 o'clock at night. 5 o'clock in the afternoon, whatever. So follow me on Instagram at Missed Reviews. Just here. Missed Reviews over here. Because I will chuck up a picture. Finally, I can get a haircut. It's great. God damn. And the reason why I couldn't get one, ladies and gents, is the UK's had one of the strictest lockdowns in the Western world. So yeah, not good. You'll miss the long hair, but I'm sure you'll feel better. So I used to have real long hair. I used to have long hair down to about there at one point. That was years and years and years ago. But yeah. Sorry, this caught my eye, and I'm like, what? Are you not worried you'll lose your strength? Yes, all my power is in my hair. Oh dear, oh dear. I think I tell you what I tell you what I'm trying to do, ladies and gents. I think I'm gonna go back to what I used to look like. Do you remember the really long beard? A couple years back now. Where was it? I think you guys. Anyone remember that? Let's have a look. I think that's what I'm going to go back to that. I think now. Okay, I want to go back to that. Go back to looking like that with the with a big beard. That'll be a laugh. God damn. Oh, should be good. Should be good times. Should be a laugh. Oh, interesting. How are the Blackfields Blu-ray sales going? Are things looking up for a sequel, prequel? No, not at all. So I said it. So I was open and honest. I don't know if anyone caught Friday's stream when I live streamed with everyone else. And I said, nah, like the likelihood is it'll all be shut down. Basically, there's no. We haven't even sold 400 of them. So it's not something that can continue. Basically, I've already made the decision that this is the only Blu-ray I'm going to sell. So I have another hour-long documentary, The Making of Breaking Lights, which was going to be put on a Blu-ray, but it's not now. I will literally lose money on it. Blu-rays are really expensive to make, and you have to do them in like batches, bulk buy them to bring the cost down, so you don't incur like actual costs. So you can actually, the purchases will cover the cost essentially. But that it's not going to do it. That one definitely won't do it, because there's you've got to remember is that this one was what people were excited about. That one, no one, like we only raised $5,000, like fuck all, nothing came in. And no one's really excited about that by comparison to what this one was. So looking at it from a business perspective, I'll lose money on that, and I can't. Like I've already lost thousands on Blackfields anyway, so there's no, it's an impossibility basically. So yeah, I won't be doing another Blu-ray. This one will just continue as is, but it's not particularly good, but it is what it is. There's not much else I can do about it. And it's fine. Like you try these things. It's made me realize a few distinct bits and pieces. Always trust your gut. Always trust your gut. I thought that this would happen. And that's fine. So not great in terms of how they're going, and are things looking up for a sequel, prequel. I can tell you, I can confirm there will never be anything else made. That is literally what I can confirm. I will never make anything else. So there you go. Hopefully that answers it for you. So you're literally getting, if you buy the Blu-ray now, you're literally buying something very, very limited. Never make anything else. Oh, dear, dear. What the fuck? What am I listening to? Fuck off. What is this garbage? Sorry, there's stuff randomly playing in the background. I'm like, what the fuck is this? So anyway, didn't mean to just bring the chat down. That's being realistic. Anyway, I remember the beard, but the long hair image intrigues me greatly. I grew my hair out after high school. Thinking I looked like Tom Cruise in The Last Samurai. I did not. That is a look. Yeah, I had like a grunger phase. So that's when I had my long hair. What's this? Would things be different if it hadn't been released on YouTube for free first? Nah, probably not. I don't think so. I think what I've learned, and I don't mean any disrespect to anyone here in the chat, because there are people that wouldn't have bought it anyway because they don't like it, right? Like that's 100% something, of course. But I think what I've learned anyway is that people just aren't consumers, right? And like I've made comments on it numerous times about like the activist people that Hollywood tends to pander to. I've said they're not consumers, but the same actually stands true for the other side of the argument. Because more often than not, like you'll always see people going, "Oh, I've downloaded it illegally because they delayed it," and you're like, "Really? You're proud of that? You fucking pleb? What are you doing?" And I think that's what I've realised is that the majority of people that bitch and moan about people, about remakes and rehashes and things like that, they're not consumers either. Not in the broader sense, anyway. I think that's what I've realised. And like I said, just trust your gut. Really, at the end of the day, just trust your gut. Like I got asked to do. I got asked to do a PO box years ago, and I did, and like I only got sent 4 things, and those 4 things were epic. But it doesn't cover the cost of, it doesn't. The value of those things can't sustain the cost of keeping a PO box open, and that's the thing. People like to say that they'll do stuff, but talk is cheap at the end of the day, and that's sad, really. Wait, you're not making films in general, or you're not making Blu-rays? No, I won't be making films again. I won't be. I can't cover the cost. Can't cover the cost. There's not enough interest there to cover the cost. That's the problem. That's the key element there. Is that there's not enough interest to cover the cost on things. Awaiting my Blu-ray with a signed letter from Jasper. I am actually literally going to be sitting down in the next few days and just writing out all of these thank yous. They will literally be in my handwriting. Fucking hell. Which I've actually removed from the website now because I didn't think that many people would go for it. It turns out a lot of people did, over 300. So I'm going to sit down and write it all out, which will be fun. I'm actually kind of looking forward to doing it, to be fair. And it's nice that so many people wanted it. Have I ever considered working with a comic book artist? Nope. I'm not. I've got no interest in stuff like that. Again, people say it, but they're not consumers. My channel is not. There are no consumers on my channel. There just isn't. It's unfortunate, but it's not. Like the proof's in the pudding, unfortunately. What's the worst car you brought? Are you going to get a mohawk haircut? I'm definitely not getting a mohawk. I can say that with some absolute certainty. But what is the worst car I brought? Toyota Corolla, bug-eye, but I still like that car, to be fair. That was just bad because it was just crap. I did have a really bad Audi A4 Cabriolet Sport. That was crap. Had really weird intermittent electrical problems. Boss's Day says, are you still releasing Breaking Lights? Yeah, I am. It'll just be on the channel. And in fairness, I might just release it for members as well. Because it only costs 99p to be a member. So why not, I guess. I haven't decided, to be fair. We'll see how it goes. Behemoth says, I grew my hair out once and it looked like a fat David Lee Roth. Nope. Fuck's sake. Oh, dear, oh, dear. I remember Wednesday's Hellraiser. What was that? When did I do that? Like Hellraiser Explained videos? Don't know. If no more films, does that mean YouTube full time? I was doing it anyway. I was doing YouTube full time anyway. I upload every single day, multiple times a day. Yeah. So I get, yeah. What's this? Many of my buddies liked it. Mr. H, tell the movie to troops on deployments. We buy all pirated movies for $1. We've got nothing else to do but watch movies on downtime after the gym. Nah. I mean, I'm glad you guys liked it, but I'm just gonna upload it for free. Why not? I don't give a fuck. It doesn't matter. Explained videos, yes. See, I've been doing this. I've done explained videos again recently, but no one's watched them. This is the problem. But again, this is the issue. Kilo Mello says, what's the name of the second channel? John Davies actually put it in the chat before me, but yeah, it's car nonsense. I've just left it in the chat as well. Subscribe to the second channel if you want. It's an interesting little channel. Jason Farquhar, I'm so glad car nonsense is on the rise again. Looking forward to seeing Nick too. He's cool as hell. The dynamic between me and Nick's much better now. Because I overtook videos a little bit because he was really self-conscious of actually talking. He's like, no, he's the reason I've started doing them again because I wasn't going to do them. He is literally the reason why I've started doing the car channel again. Because he's like, no, I want to do it. Like 100%. I want to do it. Like, let's go properly. And he's been hassling me about doing it. So yeah, he will be, we're both there in the videos properly now. Not nicely as well. Like he'll say something, I'll say one thing, and it'll blend nicely into normal conversation. So I'm glad you're looking forward to it. And it is absolutely on the rise again. Give me until Monday. Monday is when videos will start dropping. Just trying to build up, basically just trying to build up a bank of content really for you all. Because I didn't want to just stop, start with it. I wanted to, you know, actually release videos properly. So yeah, good. I'm glad. I'm glad some people are interested in it. Why not try putting the next movie up on YouTube for us to rent, or selling it online? Couldn't you try it with Breaking Lights, or how about continuing your universe in a comic? I've got no interest continuing stuff in comic form. You'd have to pay them. The thing is, guys, what you don't realize is that it all costs money and no one is providing the money to fund it. So it's all well and good saying, well, continue it in a comic. And it's like, yeah, that would be awesome if people bothered to actually want it, which they don't. No one's going to buy a comic. People haven't bought a fucking Blu-ray, for God's sake. They're not going to buy a comic. They're just not. So like it's just one of those things that like it sucks, but you have to be realistic at a certain point. And it's not to say I don't appreciate those that did buy one, because I really do. But it's just about being realistic. It is not viable to keep doing them because it's cost me thousands, and I can't keep asking people. You know, certain people were paid, but were they paid what they're losing by going away from their day jobs to come and help me? No, not really. They're still paid and paid a good amount, but they weren't paid as much as what they could do from their job. And asking them to come away from that is, you just can't keep doing it. It's not possible, really. Can you activate the monthly subscription support for your YouTube channel? That way we can support your show and channel. Membership is open, actually, dude. So if you look in the chat right now, my dude, you'll see loads of people with like a little label next to their name. They're actually members of the channel. So it is actually open. Again, anyone here that doesn't know, I do actually have memberships open on the channel. It seems some people don't know. It should come up when... yeah, it should come up when you go to a channel, to be honest. But yeah, no, memberships are open, my dude. So if you do want to help support, please do. I'm ordering my copy today. Sad it won't be signed. Blackfields is... I'd rather lose money on something I'm proud of than lose money on garbage. Yeah. True. You shall show us your figure collection from the back someday. I will, I promise. I will do it one day. What you're talking about, Mr. H, is what concerns me. I've been wanting to make films. I'm 19. Money is what's holding me back. However, I plan on going the animation route. I think it'd be better. Yeah, animation could work. Animation could really work. Find yourself some rich old granny to fund your dreams. Pixel Pete, my dude. God damn. Sandrock says, please tell me I read the title wrong. Netflix is doing a live action Gundam. I can tell this is not going to be good. It's actually Legendary, and then they're selling it to Netflix. Netflix is just the buyer. So no, I think it'll be good, actually. I do actually think it'll be good, so I wouldn't worry too much. Oh, here you go. Carlo Belton says, memberships can't be viewed on mobile apps. You need to go on the desktop version. Really? I thought you could. I thought you could go to a channel. I don't know. I'm crap with bloody... I had to buy a new phone as well, actually, because my my phone absolutely shit the bed the other day. So this is. Look, can you see that crack? That's the whole screen just completely shit the bed out of its arse. So then I had to buy it's literally exactly the same phone, but they've changed all the navigation on it. And me being a techno idiot, I'm just like, how do I even go back now? Don't understand it. Anyway. Your last playthrough on Alien Isolation was rough. I'm surprised you didn't release the working Joe from the locked room before you went to the communication tower. I didn't know there was a working Joe in a locked room. Now I feel like an idiot. God damn. Shame. Shame. Oh, apparently you can join on mobile. I thought you could. I don't know. Yeah, see, Mike Q says that's not accurate. I'm always on the phone. I'm a member through my phone. Yeah, I did think you could. I think maybe certain phones on Apple you can't. Oh, why? That's shit. What? Why? What a weird thing Apple are doing there. This is the first time that it never showed up for me on the mobile app. That's why I was wondering why I couldn't sub. I thought it wasn't on. Yes, I don't know. Honestly, that's news to me. No, I got my membership on mobile. It's under join. Yeah. Maybe it's just some phones. I don't know. But even Sketch Therapy says it. You can't join on mobile. Maybe you all got iPhones. I don't know. Nicky, Boomer H. Hey, look. Oi. So what? Yes, you're right. But what it is, so like I had the Google Pixel 3, right? And like I said, I don't care about phones. I just want a decent camera and for it to do all my YouTube shit nonsense. So the Google Pixel 3 has back buttons, right? So like if I go on something, I press a little triangle at the bottom and I can go back. This bloody Google Pixel 5 I was looking at the Vincent volcano. But there's no back buttons. All you've got to do is like aimlessly swipe at the screen like a tit. Oh, I hate it so much. So yes, I'm a bit of a boomer, but forgive me. Because I hate it. I hate it so much. It's so annoying. I've seen join on my iPhone, just not on your channel. Memberships are open, so don't know what to tell you. Love the banter. Keep it going. God damn. Apple won't allow any app to pay if Apple doesn't get a cut and Google doesn't want to give a cut of the membership money. There you go. That makes more sense. Yeah, so it's Android only, it seems. Yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense. Like a tit. New words for me to learn. Nice. Do it. You need to do explain videos with your deep narrator voice in the background like the old days. I did on Sunday, and none of you watched it. Clone Xenomorph XX121, 5,000 views. I released a half an hour audiobook. No one watched it. You tell me you want these things, I do them. No one fucking watches them. This is the problem. People are always like, you need to do this. So I do. And then no one watches it. And I'm like, why the fuck am I doing it then? Do you know how long it takes to do one of those audiobooks? So the raw file was 15 minutes long because there's mistakes. There's retakes of certain lines. There's certain inflection. Lovecraft's really hard to read as well because it doesn't, the punctuation isn't as clear cut and it's not as clear as modern day language punctuation. Anyway, if you've read any Lovecraft, you'll know exactly what I mean. So the raw file is like 50 minutes long. So that's 50 minutes. Then there's double that time watching it back and editing it down. So that's like, round out like an hour and a half, hour, 40 minutes. And then there's the editing time on top of that, because that's just editing the audio. But then you've got to sync it up with removing of breaths, breathing, putting the music to inflect at certain points, and then render time. That whole video is like 5-6 hours long, and then it gets like less than 3,000 views, and you're like, why the fuck am I doing it then? It's such a pain in the ass. And people are like, oh, you don't create anything, and then you spend like 6 hours on an audio book, and you're like, well, no one watches it, so why should I? Such a pain in the ass. It really is. So like, yeah, I don't know. But whatever, it doesn't matter. What's this? Started with your Lovecraft yesterday, had to go to work, finishing it later tonight. Yeah, see, I think part of the problem is with that one is it does actually benefit from so YouTube's really good. So I actually know the average duration that people stay on a video for. And it's tragic. It is absolutely tragic, but it's fascinating all the same. So that video, The Nameless City, right, which is a long video. It's 36 minutes long. The average view duration of a 36-minute long video is 8 minutes. Fucking attention spans of some people. Unreal. Baffling. We've got some new members. Lo-Fi Samurai. Love that name. That is awesome. And also Vorilinus. I've butchered that. So sorry about that, but thank you. What's this? Marshmallow. If you weren't doing the YouTube channel, what would you be doing? And yes, the YouTube analytics is awesome. Yeah, YouTube analytics are genuinely interesting. What would I be doing? I'll just go back to teaching, to be honest. Yeah. Literally just go back to teaching, I think. Oh, thank you so much. Just wanted to support the channel. Thank you. Appreciate that. What a dramatic reading on a live stream. Or what about a dramatic reading on a live stream? No. No, not really. Unless I was reading a book. Unless I was reading a book, I could do that. Problem is that there are the audiobooks and dramatic readings and things are not one take. Like they take a while. And there'll be some dialogue that you have to forward read to understand what sort of dramatization to put through a certain paragraph or something like that. So they're not one takes. They take a little while, unfortunately, which I don't think a lot of people realize. So I don't know, really. I don't know whether that would work on a live stream, to be fair. Maybe not. Erotic reading of books for ladies, maybe. We don't have many ladies that watch my channel. I don't know. I don't think they would want me reading erotic fiction. Oh, nobody knows. He's a member now. Epic. Thank you. Appreciate it. Decent content gets a little views, but makeup unboxing gets millions of views. Millennials are strange. Yeah, you can say that. What the fuck, 8 minutes. I support the channel so much. I watch your stuff on TV, then and let it play through my phone too. So both come up as fully watched. I know, 8 minutes for a 36-minute video. That's the average view duration. That's the average view duration out of only 2,500 people. So it goes to show you that basically no one actually stayed on the video, which is a shame. When are we doing the watch along? Also thoughts on first film. Although now I'm thinking some bugger will only watch for 8 minutes. What do you mean? Thoughts on first film? Oh, right. You're talking about the watch along thing. Yeah. I was thinking of doing Prometheus as watch along, then Alien Covenant, and so on and so forth, really. We'll see. You've got Nikki. She's the base. Nikki, yay or nay to the idea of erotic fiction. Fuck's sake. Oh dear. Mr. H reads 50 Shades. Sign me up, no homo. I've read 50 Shades of Grey. It's fucking tame. You want BDSM stuff? 50 Shades ain't it, guys. It ain't it. I can tell you that much. It's not, and it reads terribly as well. It's real bad English. The writing is atrocious. From an English lit perspective, it's really, really bad. There's recurring words. Sentence structure is really poor. Paragraph structure is really poor. It's just bad in general. There you go. Prometheus watch along would be effing sick. Yeah, I'd like that. I would like that, to be fair. I will try. I'll try. This Friday might not be able to do a stream, actually, this Friday. I might have to do it Thursday or Saturday. If I can't do one this Friday, I might have to do a stream Saturday. So I'm sorry about that, guys. I'll let everyone know via the community tab. Like, you guys know I like to let you all know things in advance. But I don't know just yet. But I would like, I will let you all know, I promise. Exodus 2017 became a YouTube member. Thank you so much, man. Cheers, Mr. H. Been watching since your first Hellraiser vid. Just want to show support. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. 50 Shades is for middle-aged women who don't know what the internet is. Yeah. I'd rather hear Mr. H read horrible fan fiction from different franchises. Fair enough. I'm sure most people would, to be fair. Get that Wednesday watch-alongs going. Yeah, I would like that. It'd be cool. Okay, here we go. So, yeah, to free the working Joe, the room with the shelves and the Joe dead on the ground. There are two computers. There's one with a cable going to it. Use that computer, and you can free him. I'll have to look. I can't remember where I am on that bloody game already. I'm such an idiot. Yeah, I'll have to look again. But I will have a look. Really? There's no way you're going to watch even 8 minutes of either Prometheus or Covenant again. Every man has his limits. The opening of Prometheus is beautiful, though. You must like that. Mike Q, whichever video, and give them all the thumbs up. Try and do my part to support. Not trying to come off as some weird fanboy. No, it doesn't come across as weird. I would like people to, watch every video. It'd be good if you did. Obviously, that's kind of the reason of doing them, isn't it? Really, it'd be nice if people watched them. How would you reinvigorate vampires myth in movies because it's got stale like zombies? I honestly, I don't know, to be fair. How would you invigorate it? Yeah. I actually don't know. You could set it, I don't know, like a fantasy world, a bit more fantasy world-esque. Medieval. Daywalkers. I'd have to think about it a little bit more than that. It's pretty broad stroking across it all. Miss Zen says, where are all my Mr. H ladies at? Yeah, where are all the women that watch me? Let's there won't be many on here, to be fair. Flexing Mecha says Legacy of Kain was only recent vamp stuff I've enjoyed. Legacy of Kain's fantastic. Beautiful story. Exodus, screw it. I'm already supporting on Patreon. Take my dollars. Thank you. Appreciate it, man. Genuinely appreciate it. I did read that one, actually. Appreciate it. Can you live stream games on your PC? No, not yet. My graphics card's not very good. My graphics card shouldn't be able to do Doom Eternal, and it does. It's very strange. Technically, you shouldn't be able to do it, but it does. I don't understand. So yeah, I'll see how that pans out, really. Right, guys, I have to go walk Jasper now. So yeah, please do follow me over on Twitter and Instagram at Mr. H Reviews. Instagram and Twitter, especially. Well, again, both of them. I've just left in the chat my second channel. It's a car channel with some vlogs and stuff. Please do hit subscribe over there if you want. Videos will be starting up as of Monday next week. I'm just using the opportunity now to build up a bit of a bank of videos. So please do head on over there, subscribe. Again, follow me on Twitter and Instagram. I genuinely actually like interacting with you guys on Instagram. I like if your account is unlocked, it's not private, I will 100% go and look at your look at your Instagram page. Not like a weird creep, but it is interesting to see the people that follow me. Calling out Nikki because she's here. Like, she had a Miata that I looked at. I was like, God damn, cool. And I do that with I do that with most people, to be fair. It's just interesting to see what you guys are like, who actually follows me. I find it interesting. So please do. Cheers, though, ladies and gents. Always appreciate you dropping by.